Hey, everybody. I'm Shelly Lay. If you don't know me, I'm a holistic movement coach, and I'm here to talk to you about my new program, Bloat to Goat. So it's kind of a funny name, but it's an incredible holistic program. We deal with all aspects of health for 10 weeks, really focusing on nutrition and movement, especially, but it's more than just that. But it's 10 weeks that will really lay the foundation for a lot of good habits that will just make you feel better, increase your health, increase your strength, increase your vitality. And yeah, so it's 10 weeks. So it's right after the holidays, this first session. So you have that bloated feeling, because you probably ate a little too much, maybe drank a little too much, not moving as much. And we just want to like dial in that nutrition, dial in our movement. And so this is the program for that. It's really about loving our bodies and loving ourselves enough to nurture ourselves into better health. Okay. So the foundation idea is you're already beautiful. We just want to increase our health and increase our strength and vitality. So let me start with the actual program. I'll share it with you. Um, so, and the reason I wanted to emphasize that you're already beautiful, you're already amazing, is because this is not a diet culture thing. We're not trying to adhere to some superficial standards of what we're supposed to look like and do. No, this is like how you feel more than anything at all. And it's really grounded and just very good science. Okay, so I'm screen sharing here. And I want to open this up. Okay, so here is Bloat to Goat. It's the opening page of our manual, and it has the tracking sheets in here as well. So let's turn that page. This is a little bit about me. I'm a registered certified 200-hour yoga teacher, and I just finished my Steel Mace Vinyasa certification, which is hugely beneficial. This is bringing in not just strength with the Steel Mace, but also functional fitness and strength to really heal your body. So we'll be incorporating that into the program as well. And I'm currently studying to be a nutritionist. By the time we're doing this, I should have that certification. So this is all based on sound science and the idea that everybody can be stronger and stronger than you ever thought. And it just helps you move every day with joy, which is the goal, right? We want to experience joy in life. All right, so week one, we lay the foundation. The first week, we'll have a workout as a group, but the coaching for nutrition is one-to-one with me. So I will do a functional fitness screen with you. Look at your areas of compensation and weakness and areas of tightness and just see what you might need to be focusing on for the next 10 weeks to really bring your body into balance, as well as listening to what your specific goals are too. And so I'll lay out a plan on the 4-day wave, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. But everybody's 4-day wave looks a little different. So I will lay that out for you, depending on what your needs are and where your fitness level is right now. So the first one really lays the foundation. And that's a special thing where we have that one-to-one time before we're in the groups. And also then we'll talk about the foundation of the protein, fiber, healthy fats, and what that actually looks like, how much, and then the next week, we look in the nervous system regulation. This program does incorporate meditating and a little bit of time outside every day, which can be a part of your movement as well. But being outside every day is very, very healing for us. And we're too much in front of screens and too, sedentary in our lives most of the time. So I want to incorporate that outside piece just so really and take a focus on our health overall. And then we'll have journaling and breathing, and then we will track. But you notice we're adding in one thing at a time this first month. So it's not like you have to do everything all at once. We slowly build these habits up so that it feels accessible and doable. Week 5, we'll talk in the group more about the wave, and I'll give you some actual myofascial release exercises and some more insight into the science between hit and sit. So every week we'll be just looking at something else that is science-based And here where we'll share our favorite foods, but we'll talk about sleep hygiene and mental blocks and benefits of supplements. So that's getting over the hump. So sometimes it's our own mental blocks. Sometimes we just need to take more magnesium. So something like that. We'll go over that. And then, yeah, we'll also dive into somatics. That will be a part of the program throughout the duration. But in week 9, I have the plan to really go into it even more deeply. So we have non-negotiables. This is good for you to know. You do need a little bit of time set aside every day to maintain the integrity of this program and so that you get the most benefits out of your time. We only have 10 weeks. It goes by like that. But if you're really mindful during the 10 weeks, it can really change your life because you're laying the foundation for habits. It takes about 2.5 months to really develop new habits. So just 10 minutes of seated meditation, a journal every day, but it's really fast, less than 5 minutes even, but it really helps set your mind on what you want to let go, and what you're thankful for, which we know there's so much research on the power of gratitude. And then just framing your mind every day is super powerful. Of course, then a daily movement practice. Some days that means you're resting, except for maybe a little 20-minute walk outside. And we'll also be tracking our workouts. So I go into all of that a little bit more here, just the 4 non-negotiables. So minimum, you would have 15 minutes for meditation and journaling, and then another 20 minutes outside, and then you have your workouts too. So the 20 minutes outside could be a part of the workout. It just depends. So it's really not that much time, especially because you can break it up throughout your day. It doesn't have to be all at once. And then this is just a little bit about hormones because most of us are 40 or over, and our hormones have a part to play in how we feel and what's going on in our body. So, talk a little bit about that and then how super beneficial and actually vital strength training is during this time. And that's why we're doing, this steel mace. And I'll actually give you some workouts with actual weights as well. And this is just so important. It helps, fight the muscle loss that we just naturally have. If you're actively building your muscles, you can fight that. And the reason we want to maintain our muscles is that when we have less muscles, we gain weight more easily. Our bones start deteriorating. It's also just really good to maintain our metabolic health, our vasomotor, just making sure that we reduce those night flushes, night hot flashes if you're getting those. And strength training is just great for, reducing depression, anxiety, and regulating the nervous system. So here's a little picture of our no low mod. So this is really talking about your heart rate when we say no, low, mod, and high. So a high heart rate, depends on you. You take 220 and then subtract your age, and that is your max heart rate. And high will be about 80 to 85%. But this is part of what the training is. I'll go into it more deeply for you. We'll cater your 4-day wave for you because sometimes it's like low, mod, high, and then back down to no. It just really depends on you. And then here are examples of what it would look like for beginner and intermediate and advanced movers. And then I go into the steel mace vinyasa. So I got to study with the creator of steel mace vinyasa, Summer Huntington. And it's just really an incredible workout. It's everything. You have HIIT, you have strength, you have yoga, restoring the primal movement patterns like block, hit, strike. So it engages your mind fully while you're learning these moves and practicing them. So you enter into a flow state, which is just really the best thing in the world for your nervous system. And we have a somatic connection in every workout as well. So it's super healing on every level and strengthening on every level. And I love the idea of the flow state because as you train it in your workout, it actually flows into the rest of your life so that you have a greater capacity to do more. And this is the idea, and it's really quite interesting that you can just tap into that state of flow so that things just become easier, not just while you're in flow state, but otherwise as well. And of course, it's a new program with new things. Our nervous system wants to stay where it is, And there may be times you feel overwhelmed because you're creating new habits. So in order to get over those blocks, just, I have a whole list of things here, and that's really part of the program too, is to help everybody expand into more. You can exercise more, you can move more, you can eat better, you can take 10 minutes to meditate a day. Everybody can do that. So doing these habits, though, you're going to have blocks that come up, and part of that, the block is a feeling of overwhelm. So just knowing that from the beginning helps. Journal prompts, super easy. 3 things you want to let go, 3 things you want to manifest, 3 things for which you're grateful. Super easy bullet points. You don't go into any of it. Box breathing is an example of a way you can meditate so that it focuses your breathing, and very simple, and I'll teach you that as well, but it's also in your manual. And then, of course, nutrition. We'll be adding protein, fiber, fat. And this is how you build a meal, and just, these 3 steps, which is great. And I go into the benefits of protein and why it's so important. You keep hearing it all over, like, eat more protein. Well, there are reasons why the protein actually matters and why we need it more as we get older too. And of course, fiber and healthy fats, super important. So we'll go into all of that. And then I created this cheat sheet so you can just look and see what you need for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and what you're aiming for, and different ingredients that meet those needs as well. And of course, you'll need to set up a space to work out. I just use my living room. So, I pull my mat out and my mace is underneath the console, and then I'm ready to go. So you also want to think about, you're going to want a fuller screen, not just your phone. And sometimes people like to light candles or do a diffuser, maybe before your workout or after your workout, before you meditate, however you want to do that. And then I have a full thing of meal plan and recipes here. So I lay this out every week. Here's week 1 and all the notes for it. And I do it this way in case you want to print it out as well. So let's get through this real fast. And this is another great thing. It's a booklet within your manual that you can click on and turn and get all the recipes. If you're on my email list, you've gotten some of these already, but this will be enough for all 10 weeks. And yeah, it's pretty great. So then I also separated this out for you. So you have your recipe that you want, and then the ingredients with the recipe. So it's not just some weird long big list. Maybe you don't want to make everything, you want to make this one and that one and that one, and you have your own food for the rest of the week. That's great. So, but then you know exactly what it is you need for each one, and you can print it out or just look on your phone, whatever works for you. And then at the end of it all, we have our tracking pages. So you can track here. And of course, there are a couple of apps I can recommend if you'd rather do it that way. And the idea with the tracking is not tracking the calories. It is tracking to make sure you're getting enough fiber and enough protein and enough fat. Because that is really, if you do those 3 things, everything else kind of falls into place. And then we will track our workouts. But if you remember from the beginning, we don't really focus on tracking until the 4th week. So you can track right from the beginning, but if it's feeling overwhelming, just give yourself that time to get into the habits, and then you can start really tracking it. But it's in your manual, so you can actually print out your manual, unless you got a printed copy, and you can write in your workouts right here. So you just write in your workout and your heart rate. And I go over all of this in our one-to-ones who totally understand what it is. And every workout is written in for you as well. And then as well as the journal prompts. So, and then you go all the way to the end and we get a certificate, and I'll have a real certificate in there for you, which is really exciting. So I'm super stoked about this program. And I cannot wait to have you on board and to do the program with me. And I think you're just going to feel so much better. You're going to feel stronger, not just in your body, but mentally and emotionally and in your heart, which I think is the most important part. And we're doing it together in a really small group of amazing people, so you'll feel supported as well. If you have any questions, I have a link below to schedule a phone call or a video call with me, where I can go over any questions you have, questions, concerns, or maybe you're thinking about something else, another program. Just reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you about it all. And I can't wait for us to all feel the greatest we ever have. Talk to you soon.